How's it going, guys? Electron Man. Well, we got a different one we're going to do today. It's still a little too cold out in the shop right now to be really working at the bench. So I thought I would at least do a little video on this. I actually acquired this a couple months ago at an estate sale. Kind of an interesting story. I went in there and it's a really high-end house, beautiful home. And anyway, they were selling pretty much in it, and it was kind of the last day of the estate sale, so it was down to the nitty-gritty, which really, honestly, for estate sales, I think it's the best times to go the last day. I mean, what's left, at least they're wanting to get rid of. But anyway, I saw this sitting in a box and asked her how much. She started out, I think it was like $3, and I was going to go ahead and take it. She said, you know what, she said, no, I can't sell it. And I thought, well, you said $3, now you won't sell it? She said, no. She said my son-in-law had taken it home, and he said it didn't work, so it's broken. I said, well, I mean, I still might want it. She said, well, if you still want it, just take it. So anyway, long story short on this, I've got $0 in it. And what interests me about it is it's a Sony cassette recorder, probably for doing dictation or something. I'm guessing maybe a lawyer or something was in that house. Seemed like everything there was high end, and I can tell you, in this day, this had to be high end. This thing weighs, well, I don't have a scale that I can weigh it with, but I guarantee you it's close to 3 to 4 pounds. You know, this is back Japanese made. This is a real deal. This is all metal. Let me go ahead and pull it out of the case here. I did go ahead and earlier, just to see if, you know, maybe the son-in-law or whoever he was just didn't know how to put batteries in it, something that would work. But it doesn't work. I did put batteries in it. It makes a noise, but it doesn't, none of the wheels spin or anything. But anyway, back to it. This is a Sony TC55 is what they call it, from what I can tell while reading about it. Definitely high end. I mean, this is all metal. It's kind of cool. It's got a little meter for the battery and for the record level. It is a stereo, I believe. I believe it has. Yeah, don't quote me on that, but definitely high fidelity. I said TC55. This actually says it's a TC56. That's interesting. I went out on the internet trying to find it. I hadn't seen the actual thing on the back there. I just noticed it. It says TC56. So it must be a new version of the TC55, because, yeah, it says TC56 cassette recorder. Made in Japan. Anyway, I thought it'd be a little fun. Since I can't go out on the bench, I just, you know, I think this is probably going to be more of a mechanical thing than an electronic thing, but I've got my little cool multimeter here, and just got my little minor tools here, and just kind of thought I'd sit here and take it apart with you guys. And for one thing, you can see how this thing's engineered, and we can see if there's anything we can do to actually get it going. I have no owner's manual or anything on it, so I have no idea on what the procedure is for taking it apart. I'm guessing, go ahead. It's got a little battery pack that holds 4 AA's, is the batteries that are in it. Let's take a close look at this. Figure out what we could do to start getting her apart. And it looks like we got 4 screws here that might be able to get this half of it off anyway. It probably needs a belt kit, would be my guess, before I even get in there. I kind of got to snooping around, and there is a belt kit for it on eBay for $26. But I also looked at what the price of these is comping out at. It's about $50 for one. Most of them I see are selling as is, but anyway, point being is I don't know that it'd be worth me spending $26 in all my labor to sell something that would sell out there for $50. So we'll see how far. You know, this might just be a take apart video. I don't know. I also looked on Amazon and did see they sell like some multi-belt kits. You know, just a batch of belts anywhere from 25 to, you know, 100 millimeters long. And we might go that route, because I saw a couple of those out there for a pretty reasonable price. I'm trying to see if I can find a Phillips head that fits in these little Phillips head screws I got in this cassette. Good. I just don't feel good in there. That don't feel. That fits in there snug. What else do we got? This is usually my go-to set. It usually has everything I need. You know, that one's feeling good. I'm trying to get a little light on here, but I don't want a reflection. But Anyway, let's just go ahead and take these 4 out that are obvious here. And just see how far in we can get to the internal workings or mechanisms of this little player. Boy, screw size reminds me of working on a cell phone. Okay. Have to remember those are actually slightly longer than the okay, there's the 4 screws out of there. Does that get me anywhere? Yeah, I'm getting some movement in here. Not bad. Yeah, that's another thing about early Japanese made stuff like this. They, tend to make this stuff much more serviceable than they do the stuff today. But the 4 screws got the whole outside cover there off. So what do we got going here now? Nice looking can motor we got going there. And there's your speaker here. Boy, it sure is crammed in here. Okay, where is the next step to start disassembling this? Wow. Yeah, I see some screws there. But all you can do is just start taking screws out and lightly pry as you go. Okay, that gave me access to the head unit here. If I was guessing, man, I would say let's go ahead and take these 4 out here. Hopefully this will expose the area underneath there. I mean, I'm really thinking it probably needs belts and lubrication more than anything. Another really shorties where they go. I can reference it on this video so I can go back and replay it if I need to figure it out. Another one out there. Well, I'm disappointed my Dallas Cowboys got knocked out first round in the NFL. I thought it might be their year, but back to rebuilding again, I guess. Last play of the game was I didn't care for, but in all honesty, they got outplayed. So but they'd have had to go against Green Bay, the #1 in the conference anyway. So they probably wouldn't have made it past Green Bay. So they're getting there, though. They're getting there. They had a good season. I think they came in 3rd in the division. So that didn't seem to get me anything. That's 4 screws. I feel like it loosened up a thing. What else do we got to do here? I don't see that buying me anything. And that front off might help, but I don't see how that comes apart. Boy, I'd love to have a service manual to kind of understand. I'll just keep taking screws out. As much as I have invested in it, I figure I'm not out of anything. Probably get just as much for the parts as apart as I could together. So here we got Try not to lose there. A little bit longer of a screw there. 2 more screws here. Hopefully you're getting a good view of this. I might need to go back and reference it if I actually did go to. There we go. There's a little bit longer screws on the top here. I mean, obviously we need to get to the internal working mechanism of it to diagnose what it's doing. Oh, that helped a bunch. Okay, that helped a lot. Is there a screw in here? Again, you don't want to pry or pull. It's close, but it's not. And they gotta be able to make it to where you can get to it. Oh, I see one here. Wow, that's a sneaky little one. That could be the key to the whole thing right there. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I thought there would have to be something else there too. Okay, unfortunately that unplugged, but boy, that's definitely helping me. We're getting down into her now. Okay, well, there's a belt. It's the first one I've seen. And it looks okay. So I sure don't want to start getting into the cord heads and stuff. I don't see any need in doing that. These are just switches. Okay, so I see the master belt down in there. Yeah, we're definitely not turning any. It definitely looks like it's probably a belt issue. But how do you get to... How do you get further in there? Well, let's go ahead and... It is definitely coming apart. Okay. Hope I'm getting good video on this, because it could be a little burger bear to get apart or back together. As you see, I've gotten her pretty far apart here. Check that little meter out. I mean, I could free that up, but that's not really gonna... I need to get this circuit board off of here. This circuit board off is the key. It's right under here. How do you get there, though? How do you get there? And I'm not seeing the circuit board screwed down anywhere. put this, position this back on here a little bit. And let's screw the battery pack on here. Slide the battery pack in there. Just for grins and giggles, let's see what we get as far as. Okay. No motor spinach. I honestly don't know what that big metal thing is. I don't know if that's a motor or what. So maybe just fooling around with it and spinning it would make a difference and might free something up, but I'm not seeing it free nothing up. I don't know if you're seeing that, but here's where the belt is right there, and you can see the belt is still on there. The system seems to have pretty, I mean, it slips pretty easy, but if it were just slipping whenever I power it, I should get something. Yeah, let me check the voltages just for make sure the old battery pack is actually even producing anything. .3 volts. So, okay, so we know we're getting power to it. Yeah, definitely getting power into the unit. Okay, so we're getting voltage in, so the batteries are feeding it like they should be. We'll put a cassette in it and just see here if I can get it to give me any indicator that he wants to do anything. I'm assuming it still should fit in there. Yeah, she's in there. Okay. Well, it's trying to work now. Not sure what that feedback's from, but I'm not seeing the motor turn. I don't know where the motor's supposed to turn, but I'm not getting any motor turn here. makes still a few crackling noises, and I can feel it vibrating like a motor's trying to spin, but I'm not seeing any motor spin. I don't know where the motor's at on this is a problem. I can't get far enough into it to diagnose what's going on. Now, there's a screw. With an insulator. Remember that. Screw insulator right there. Look really hard for any screws that could be holding this. I definitely seem to loosen it up on that end. Yeah, got another screw here. Washer on it. Man. Okay. Hey. We're in. And there's your problem. It's got a wore out belt. I don't know if you can see this or not, guys, but right here, this is your main drive motor, which I thought it was, but see how loose that belt is? That belt's gone. How does that belt go around? See, it's not even turning the motor at all. How's that belt run there? Okay, well, we're far enough now in, we know. Let's be gentle with it. I'm pulling wires out. Get this guy right here. Now that I can see that part, it looks like it holds those two capstans there, so. Those are long screws, remember that. Those are long screws. Definitely nothing I've taken apart that wouldn't be able to be put back together, which is good. And that kind of goes underneath there. So it just makes a 90. This is a separate belt here. It's a little short belt there. No problem with that one. And then you got the long one right here, which feeds vertical, goes around there, and comes back around. It looks like it just feeds back onto the feeder after it gets to the bottom of that. So all you have to do, take that belt out there, and there's your belt. There's your bad belt, guys. It's taking this whole unit down right here. This little belt right here. But we're there. Nice and smooth. There's no, not feeling any restriction at all. So. Just your pinch wheel there. Okay, guys, well, there you go. There's one Sony TC56 completely broke down and ready for a belt kit. Now the question is it worth putting a belt kit in? Very serviceable. Took me a little while to figure out how to do it. As you saw, I kind of just slowly but surely didn't pry at anything. Took my time. And really no special tools needed. A screwdriver, a pair of needle nose, or tweezers is about all it required. Man, they made stuff so good back then. Look at this, all metal parts for the most part. Look at this brass counterweight. I mean, this is well made. I'd really like to get this thing back out. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this aside. I might go ahead and measure this one belt here and see if it goes underneath that $8 kit that you could get from Amazon, because I wouldn't mind having a batch of little belts around anyway, and see if maybe I can get one that'll fit that. I'll tell you what, for sure we'll come back and we'll do a reassembly video on this. If I get, say, if I could get 1,000 views on this video, I think that would justify me throwing the time and effort into at least getting it up and running, and then from there, who knows, sell it on eBay, or hey, maybe, you know, if I get 1,000 views on it, maybe I'll give it to one of the 1,000 viewers that actually have to do a like on that. Hey man, I could do one of, that's what all the other big channels do, is I could do a giveaway. I get 1,000 likes, then I could just give one person of those 1,000 recorder. But anyway, we'll have to see if we can get 1,000 views first. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this little video. It's kind of unusual. Like I said, it's kind of cold out in the shop, but I thought, well, you know, hey, I can work on my bench inside here, and I've got a nice little workbench inside my little office, home office here, and it's nice and heated, and had a nice little area, and I knew I didn't probably need soldering equipment or anything, so worked out good for that. But you definitely get to see what this guy looks like. Oh, wheel fell off. Well, anyway, there you go. Kind of get a full view of it. It's super clean in here, and I'm betting that would definitely bring this thing back to 100%. Really cool unit. I bet you all of them out there as is probably running the same problem. It's probably made in the 70s, and you know, about 50-something years old, and it's just wore out. The counter belt looks like it's all right for doing a digit. It's got a little counter down there for editing and stuff, you know, as far as a little counter display. They won't run it now, but that belt's fine. Really, it's just that one belt that needs to be replaced. Wow. Okay, guys. Well, we're going to stop there. We'll see if it gets any, you know, traction. If the video gets a little traction, then I might go ahead and get Froggy and order a belt for it, or a belt kit for it, and bring her back up to her glory. Have a great day. This is Electron Man. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up and hit that bell so you know when I'm posting videos out here.